Hello and welcome back to the Flower Gold Wizard channel. I'm Jason. That's Rigby. We're part-time gold prospectors based in Wisconsin. If you think all the gold's out in California, Arizona, well, you'd be mistaken. There's plenty of decent gold to be found in Wisconsin and throughout the Midwest for that matter. Today, we're going to be looking for some larger pieces. There's plenty of flower gold to go around, but every once in a while you get that itch, and today I'm going to scratch it. Now, I've already done a test pan today, and I found such a larger piece. Let's take a look. Now, Rigby, the world's most famous gold sniffing hound, he originally found this spot. Now, I worked here a little bit in the winter as much as I could. I knew there was really good potential here, and turned out that I was right on the money. We did get some great gold out of here, but once we absolutely dialed in on it, the weather kind of locked us out of here. Some of the days we were down here it was minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And we just, we got kicked out of here, but we're back. Everything seems to be unthawed. There is a little bit of ice here and there. That's no big deal. As you can see, that's just a little bit of skim. That's nothing. So I took a pan right underneath that tree right there. There's some really nice looking deposits down inside of there. See that? And the reason I'm digging on this outside bank right here is because I believe that the current is coming down here in such a fashion that it's not just crashing off that bank, but it's kind of muscling up to it, just pushing up to it and enough to work some of the material off the bank and then drop it down. And the lighter materials are washing right on down the creek. Now in super duper high water, I imagine some of that material, even the heavier stuff, is getting washed down. But this has not been such a year. The water is still relatively low. And so all that material is getting knocked right down, and the heaviest of the heavies are still laying there. And so I took that sample pan, and I'll show it to you right here. Well, there's a good amount of black sand in there. And look at this piece of gold right there. Let me get some water on that. It kind of shows it off a little bit better. That's a fantastic looking piece of gold. I can feel that. I might even be able to pick that up. There's plenty of flower gold in there to go along with it. Now, this is a kind of a quick pan. I just wanted to see, what kind of black sand we were dealing with. And when I saw that baby peek out of there, I knew that this is where we're going to work today. Now, there are probably 100 spots that are going to have, one or two pieces of gold like that around here. But this is the one I picked. So I'm going to get set up. I'm going to set up my sluice here a little bit. Looks like somebody left their dam up. I'll take that down sometime today before I leave. Remember, guys, take down your dams, fill in your holes. It's the respectful thing to do. He's off finding another spot already. Back in a bit. Oh, I'm not even all the way unpacked yet. I got Rigby's blanket laying out there for when he quits running around. He gets tired. Looks like he's coming out here to sniff me another spot. He's a good boy. I'm going to use all the tools at my disposal. Now, I got this from Placer Tools, and every once in a while I use it in my pan to take some of the black sands out of the material like this here. It makes it quite a bit easier in the panning process. See all that black sand and magnetics that you get out of there? You don't have to pan through them. Well, that's not this thing's intended purpose, and I didn't showcase that the last time I had this out. So in case anybody wants to know exactly what this thing is for, it's a probe. See that little copper braze or brass end on there? That is not the magnet. The magnet is up in here. This is just soldered in there to keep the magnet from getting worn out. And you use it just like this. You stick it down in the areas that you want to work, like this. Because gold is riding right along with that heavy black sand. They're the heaviest things in this creek by size and weight. And if you can locate heavy deposits of black sand like that, there's going to be gold right along with it. Unless somebody came down here and high banked your spot. Or should I say high graded, whatever they call that. But you won't let nobody come and high grade our spot, will he? So that's what this thing's for. Quite handy. God dang it, I've only been here 5 minutes. Jeez. And now, for your viewing pleasure, straight from Palm Beach, Colorado. It's Mercedes. Let's give it up. Mercedes is my hooker. This baby is invaluable as well. I can pull rocks. I can do all kinds of stuff with this bad boy that my shovel has a hard time doing. Obviously your shovel's not going to penetrate that, and it's tough to break them out of the clay with a shovel. Just even trying to get underneath them can be a chore. But this baby can really get under there and work some material around, just like that. Thanks, Mercedes. You did great. Found an agate. Look at that bad boy. Here's a full pail. Look at how yucky and clay and mucky this stuff is. Yuck. But I did put a test scoop on there just to make sure the sluice is going to run right. And it is. It's running real nice. Very first scoop. Look at that piece right there. Nice long one. I think we're going to do really well today. Well, I've got maybe half of that material around, a little over half, I guess. And it is phenomenal, just phenomenal. Now, while I'm feeding that and I'm letting it clear out, I take a couple of scoops out of there and I throw it in there and I pan it out. Look at the pieces we're pulling out of there. Just look at these pieces of gold right here. Just big one after big one after big one. And I just looked over here on the sluice. Look at that thing. It's just gold, gold, gold city. These first couple of riffles right here are just packed with gold when you let that clean out. This is maybe, I believe, the best material I've ever run, ever. He's already taken a $5. Holy cow. We are gonna absolutely nail it today. And I just looked over here and I noticed this big clay deposit right here, and you can see the water's been down here working away at it. There's some really nice gravels up and underneath here. This whole bank's that way. And here's some tailings right here. But we are gonna, if it keeps up like this, we're gonna have crepes. We might have a gram today with pieces like that. That is insane, just insane. It pays to look around, prospect, test, whatever you want to call it. The more you look, the more you find. Back in a bit. And here's a quick cleanup. I got a ton of concentrates to go through, and I pulled it back real quickly just to make sure we were on it. And look at that, there's some really nice chunky pieces in there. This whole pile right here is just loaded with gold. Like I said, I did it real quickly, but there's hundreds and hundreds of small pieces scattered about here and there. And I probably ran half that 3/4 pail through my sluice, and I probably panned half of it just to make mincemeat out of more material faster. So I do have quite a bit in this here snuffer bottle right here. So things are looking good. Let's get back at it. Well, I tell you what, I got out of bed at 2:30 to come mining. So did Rigby. Let's find out what time Charles gets out of bed to go mining.
5:30.
5:30. Boy, him and Ryan got a lot in common. But he's here nonetheless. He's got his sluice set up. He just showed up. That was quick. He slid just upstream of me a little bit here. And I know the guy that dug in this hole here a little bit. And he was really getting some good gold out of this area too. So I think Charles is going to do just fine today.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot here too.
Awesome. Well, let's get at it.
Yep.
Well, we're still here grinding away. There's the rig bomb over there taking a nap. Charles is up there working hard. I've got 8 pails run through this baby so far and panning at the same time. So we are getting the most out of our day. And it's still early. I got a feeling we're going to be running another 8 to 10 pails. We're doing really well. This is going to be another one of those special days. So just hang in there. We'll do another snuffer dump in a little while here, and it's going to be something to see. And when I say special, I mean lots of them. Break time. What are we having for break time today? Looks like we got some kind of diet cookies or something. He likes them though. That's right. Well, it's getting a little later in the afternoon, but we are still running. I can't leave. I just did another pan out of that hole. Look at that one. Oh my goodness. Look at the amount of pieces in this here thing. It's crazy. They just keep getting bigger and bigger. And there's some nice big pieces hiding on that mat up there too. Let me take a little walk up here, which isn't far. But absolutely, you can see gold all over in there. It is awesome. Awesome. Well, I think I'm going to get the heck out of here. My back is on fire. We moved an awful lot of material today. I still got to put that somewhere and take this darn dam down, etc. And here's my last clean out right here. Some really nice looking gold in there for sure. Look at them long, wiry, chunky looking bits in there. And I've been snuffering up quite a bit of material here. I'm gonna go ahead and snatch all that gold up right there and put these concentrates in my container over here. We're gonna get all that home and running over my cleanup sluice. There's lots of black sand and gold in there for sure. But wait till you see what's in here. It's impressive, to say the least. Let me give that a little swirl around here, if and I can. And I just sucked up some black sand along with that gold, so I didn't have to waste too much time. But you get the gist of it. Look at all that gold in there. We have a whole pile of black sand and concentrates to get through when we get home too. P.S. I would love nothing more than to sit here and drink all these beers. But I got a 4-hour ride home. I tell you. Want to see a magic trick? Poof. Little poof ball mushrooms. Poof. They taste horrible. And we're back. All right, here's our container right here. That's a pretty good amount of concentrates for sure. Take a little look-see, give it a sniff. All right, you know the drill. I think we'll take a bunch of this, put it in our kitchen type strainer device, and we'll strain it on out. We'll pan the bigs and run the littles over my cleanup sluice. That's right. Give me just a minute, we'll get rolling. And the gold. Right next to my Merc dime right there. Look at those nice chunky bits right there. Ooh-wee. They're a little too flat for me to pick up, but they are picker size, I guess. But that is some great gold. There's my big old sausage finger for reference. See, I can feel a couple of those there, but I just can't quite get them picked up. I thought for sure we were going to have pickers. But oh well, let me feel that one there. Oh yeah, I can feel that one too. That's a nice pile right there all day long. Boy, that was a lot of fun out there. We got a lot of gold in the pan, a lot of big flat flakes. I just can't quite pick them up. Maybe you guys could, but have you seen these things? I got some stuff in the mail I want to show you guys. Check this out. All right, now we've all seen my sluices in action here. Here's the one we're using today. And I got another one just like it. And as you can see, I also have one of those indicator mats installed on top of this one. Okay, that is priceless. That thing to me is a tool all on its own for indicating whether or not you're shoveling gold on your sluice or not. Yeah, absolutely invaluable. Now here is a sluice I got from Pirate Prospecting right here to do a little demo on, I guess. Now it's basically two of those sluices right there, all combined into one. Now you can, however, take this one apart. See, it's got a couple of bolt holes right here with little wing nuts. You just take those apart, give them a little span like such here. And my green mats do fit right in this bad boy. And then he's got this great big flare that attaches to those right there. Comes right off. A couple of bolts holds that together. See that? And then along with that came a smaller flare for running one sluice. This hooks right up on there like such. Right in there, and then you put that on there and you bolt it together. See that? Piece of cake. Now that there is a monster. Now that does not fit in my backpack. And I don't recommend hauling that for run-of-the-mill prospecting if you're going to have, 10 miles to walk and you only have a limited amount of hands and backpack space. But if you want to get something done and you got a spot already picked out, that baby will definitely keep two guys busy all day long. Now it needs a little bit of a tweak in here. Now it didn't come with the indicator mat on here because, like I said on mine in previous videos, this little edge right here, when you lift this up, that little edge right there, the gold we find around here is so small, it will 100% go underneath that edge right there, and you're gonna lose that gold. Now he sent these little stainless steel drip edges right there, and they bolt on top of there for material, shoveling action, etc. But you still have that edge right there. And that concerns me a little bit, but that's easily correctable with a little bit of rubber. I mean, this little thing right here solves that whole problem, and it serves as a gold indicator. Now I happen to have here, I don't know, 100 square feet of that rubber right here. I just don't have time to make more of that stuff right now. But I did want to demo this sluice. I think Gary's on to something here. And like I said, with just a little bit of tweaking, this baby is going to put some gold in a vial. All right, I got a couple more items here. I think I can do two at one. Now this item right here comes from Jason at GS Prospecting. He's out in Washington State, and the GS stands for Gold Squad. That guy is one busy guy. You see him on the comment board on dang near every video ever made. That's for sure. And I also got a roly-poly dry black sand or magnetic sand separator from Coulter Young. Came with this here speed controller right here. And that thing works pretty darn good. I've been playing with it a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys how to use one. All right, now what this here contraption does is it removes a magnetic material from the material you want to process. All right, now that does that via a magnet. Now this here magnet is the roly-poly right here. That just slides right in and out of this frame, just like this. Piece of cake. And it comes with this regulated speed controller here. Now the object here is to remove magnetic material on one side and have the non-magnetics go on the other side. That way you don't have to try to process all your material with all that extra heavy materials in there. So it comes with a number of different size funnels. Now these funnels are going to be for different size materials because you don't want to run say beach sand through something like this where it's just going to go so fast through the roly-poly that it's not going to be able to keep up. So he does provide different size funnels. And I've actually got one even smaller than the smallest one he sent. So I'm going to use that one right now. And we only have a shot glass of material here. And I will be testing this as far as how much you can run through it with a couple 100 pounds of beach sand that I have. But for today's purposes, we're going to use that little shot glass and my new roly-poly. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Just like that. Piece of cake. And you can hear it does make just a little bit of noise. That's no big deal. Now it does have a digital readout on there. 9.3. We can turn that baby way up. to about $1 million. All right, I'm gonna put it down at 20, 20.2, whatever. I'll try that. Then we'll dump some in there and see what happens. And as you can see, the magnetic material goes off to that side and it's stuck to the side of the unit here. Here's all my non-magnetics right there. That is brilliant. Brilliant. Let me do that again. I could even use a smaller funnel than this one here. I'm sure that there's not going to be any gold over in this stuff here. And we're going to double check that for magnetics as well. Let me go ahead and dump some more in here. Look at that. That is brilliant. How cool is that? Let's do that up close one time. Awesome. Awesome. I'm going to dump the rest of that right in there. And there it goes. All right, I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to double check that for magnetics. All right, I just backed the machine right up and out of there. And here's the two piles right here. I've got my non-magnetics, and you can see some gold in there. And I've got my magnetics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these magnetics right here. Just like that. See that? I'm going to get rid of them. Put them right over there. And we'll snatch the rest of these up. And get that all out of the way. Just like that. And that material is gone. Then we'll go ahead and we'll double check this pile here for magnetics. There we are. And there is a small amount. Very small amount. There we are, we got all that. All right, now let's do a little side-by-side comparison here. That's the amount of magnetics that went through that machine. And that's what we took out of it. What did that take? About, I don't know, 20 seconds? I'm sold. And there's the gold. Look how chunky that stuff is. Thank you, Jason. You know where that goes? Right in the can. My 15,000 subscriber giveaway can. When I hit 15,000 subs, there's a whole pile of gold that goes along with that can and other goodies that I'm giving away to a random commenter on a certain video. Awesome. Man, I don't think it gets much better than that. I went out to the creek and we got a whole big pile of gold and had a blast doing it. I come home and there's all kinds of awesome mail sitting there waiting to be looked at. Thank you, Gary, at Pirate Prospect, and I think that sluice might just take off. This needs a couple little tweaks. Jason over at GS Prospecting, much appreciated. Gold Squad, check him out. He does put out some great content. Thank you, Coulter Young, for the roly-poly. I'm not quite done with that thing yet. You know me. Test, test, test. So thank you guys for coming along. I had a blast today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. Check out my Patreon page in the description box below. Don't forget to leave a comment. It helps build the channel. Flower Gold Wizards out.